On the Kostiantynivka axis, the enemy keeps pushing forward in waves. Fog or no fog, they drive their assault troops ahead as if they were an endless expendable mass. Spoiler, that's exactly what they are. But every such wave eventually runs into our artillery crews, who work here without pause. Our gunners hold their positions under constant shelling, which falls on them like an endless rain. They know one thing: our own must return, which means the enemy must not break through. And this rule is upheld not by prayers, but by dedicated, precise and relentless work. In the video, you can see how a single artillery strike wipes out an entire group of Russian assault troops. A quartet gone in an instant. That's what the response of our knights looks like to enemies' attempts to press forward. Just another reminder for the Russians: moving here comes at a high price. And Ukraine's artillery makes sure that the price is as steep as possible. This video captures the work of UAV operators from the 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade as they track and eliminate Russian assault groups attempting to advance toward Kostiantynivka under the cover of dense fog. The occupiers counted on the weather to hide their movements, but Ukrainian drones detect what even the fog cannot conceal. The footage shows Russian assault units gathering along tree lines and on the outskirts as they prepare for another push. That is when our aerial reconnaissance steps in. One by one, munitions fall precisely on the locations where the enemy tries to assemble. Explosions send Russian troops scattering. Their shelters and dugouts are reduced to debris and confusion. Many members of the assault groups were taken out on the spot. Those who survived fled in panic, abandoning their positions, wounded comrades and equipment. The video shows a fragment of the fighting in Pokrovsk, where the number of small arms engagement is rising and Russian losses from direct fire continue to grow, according to the 7th Air Assault Corps. Since the beginning of the month, Ukraine's defense forces have eliminated 314 Russian troops in Pokrovsk, with another 71 wounded. Several Russian infantrymen attempted to infiltrate and establish a foothold at an agriculture facility north of Pokrovsk. Their movement was detected and the Ukrainian defenders destroyed the group before they could fortify their position. The strike was precise and decisive. The enemy never manages to consolidate. The video also reflects the occupiers' short-term goal to push toward the settlement of Ryshine, northwest of Pokrovsk. Unable to break through the city head-on, Russian forces are attempting to bypass it. Every such attempt, however, meets the same outcome: direct, accurate fire from Ukrainian units that stops them in place. The situation on the Pokrovsk axis remains extremely demanding. Russian forces continue to pour their main combat power into this direction, desperately searching for a breakthrough in Ukraine's defensive lines. Yet each time they attempt to escalate pressure, our troops disrupt their plans, stopping assaults and inflicting significant losses day after day. Ukraine's defense forces are conducting synchronized fire strikes and tactical maneuvers designed to drain the enemy's reserves, neutralize their equipment, and break up any attempted concentrations of manpower. This coordinated approach not only slows the occupiers' advance, but forces them to waste personnel and resources just to maintain their current positions. Every engagement in this sector demonstrates the same pattern. The enemy pushes, Ukraine responds with precise fire and mobility, and Russian units are left scattered, weakened, and unable to achieve even limited tactical gains. On the approaches to Pokrovsk, Ukraine's defense forces are striking at the core of the Russian offensive, their logistics network. A precise airstrike has taken out the road linking Selidove and Pokrovsk, a vital route that occupiers relied on for moving light vehicles and infiltrating the city in small assault groups. With this corridor destroyed, the enemy has lost the crucial ability to maneuver quickly or discreetly in the area. Their supply and movement routes are now severely disrupted. At the same time, Ukrainian units across other sectors of the front are expanding engineering defenses, deploying new minefields, erecting obstacles, and strengthening fortifications to complicate any further Russian advances. Ukraine's defense forces are methodically dismantling the enemy's logistical backbone and eroding their offensive potential. It's deliberate, systematic work, the kind that steadily weakens the occupiers' capacity to fight and moves Ukraine closer to victory each day. The video shows the detection and destruction of the Russian UAV launch site. A unit of the 5th Separate Assault Brigade identifies the enemy position and delivers a precise strike, eliminating the personnel operating the drones as well as the UAVs and ammunition stored at that site. The footage captures the moment the enemy launch point is hit, followed by secondary detonations as the munitions ignite, confirming a successful strike and the complete neutralization of the threat. Control in the sky means safety on the ground, and this operation demonstrates exactly that. On the front line, operators of the 5th Assault Brigade are hunting down Russian UAVs sent out for reconnaissance and fire correction. These enemy spotters, drifting overhead in search of Ukrainian positions, never got the opportunity to act. They were detected early and destroyed before they could relay any information or cause harm. Ukrainian troops maintain constant control of the airspace through rapid detection, accurate targeting, and coordinated engagement. Their work protects frontline units every day, denying the enemy any chance to gain situational awareness or an operational edge. A constant artillery duel is unfolding along the front line, and the gunners of the 44th Separate Artillery Brigade, named after Hetman Danilo Apostol, are firmly holding the advantage. Their counter-battery fire is precise, steady, and unyielding. Ukrainian artillery crews located and eliminated 4 Russian V-30 howitzers along with a heavy 2A-65 Msta B gun that the enemy had been actively using to bombard our positions. Every destroyed artillery piece means fewer incoming attacks, reduced pressure on Ukrainian troops, and greater stability across the sector. The battle goes on every minute, and the artillerymen of the 44th Brigade continue systematically silencing Russian batteries, grinding down the enemy and depriving them of the ability to conduct effective fire. On the front line, another Russian action movie stunt ended exactly the way most of the experiments do, unsuccessfully and fatally. An enemy soldier attempted a so-called tactical roll, apparently believing a dramatic leap would help him dodge the incoming FPV drone. But such theatrics are useless against the kamikaze drones of Ukraine's 3rd Army Corps. The Ukrainian operator kept him firmly in the crosshairs and guided the drone directly onto the target. The maneuver didn't save the occupier, it only made his attempts to escape look even more ridiculous. Once again, Ukrainian FPV drones have shown no cinematic tricks will protect those who come to our land with war. The footage captures operators from the Fatum group eliminating Russian soldiers who attempted to mislead Ukrainian forces. Some occupiers played dead, while others hid in makeshift shelters, hoping to wait out the strike and avoid detection. But neither deception nor cover proved effective. The drones identified every target, those lying still and those trying to remain silent and concealed. The standout moment in the video involves a Russian soldier who burst into flames after a direct hit and attempted to run, but to no avail. The Ukrainian FPV drones stayed locked onto him until the very end, leaving no opportunity to escape. This is how Ukrainian defenders reclaim their land, steadily, professionally, and inevitably. The video shows Russian troops trying to use an anti-tank trench as both cover and a hidden route for movement. But what they expected to be protection quickly became a death trap. Ukrainian fighters detected the gathering of occupiers and targeted them with FPV drones. Each strike was precise, each impact decisive and deadly. The trench they climbed into, hoping to hide or wait out the danger, ultimately turned into a mass grave for those who entered Ukrainian territory with weapons. Fatum once again demonstrates no hiding tactic will save the enemy from the accuracy of Ukrainian drones. The footage captures the complete destruction of a Russian assault group of roughly 20 soldiers. The occupiers attempted to advance by dispersing through a tree line, but Ukrainian reconnaissance spotted their movement in time. Once the target was confirmed, artillery and strike drones worked in tandem. The coordinated attack delivered an immediate effect. Accurate hits obliterated the group before they could reach Ukrainian positions or find cover. Most of the assault troops were taken out instantly. Those who tried to escape or hide were finished off by drones that continued to track and strike the remaining personnel. This operation is a clear example of how synchronized artillery and UAV strikes dismantle any attempt by the enemy to break through, turning Russian assault groups into permanent losses. The video shows soldiers of the 110th Mechanized Brigade destroying a Russian column advancing toward Ukrainian positions. Ukrainian drone operators identify the movement and begin striking the occupiers one by one with precise FPV hits. Each target in the column is eliminated. The drones methodically take out every soldier attempting to move forward. The footage captures multiple direct strikes, leaving the entire group neutralized. No one managed to escape. The whole column was wiped out before it could reach the front line. This video here captures another display of professionalism from the operators of the 5th Assault Brigade. On one of the active frontline directions, Ukrainian drone teams detected several Russian military vehicles attempting to operate in the area. With coordinated work and calm precision, the operators targeted and destroyed multiple enemy vehicles, striking them one after another. What you see in this footage is the result of rigorous training, discipline, and the unwavering dedication of every soldier involved. On the Dobropila axis, the enemy continues trying to punch through Ukrainian defenses. The footage captures the coordinated work of 3 forces operating simultaneously: FPV drone operators from the BBS unit of the 1st Corps of the National Guard's Azov, units of the Unmanned Systems Forces, and the Air Assault Forces. Together, they form a seamless system that leaves the enemy with no escape routes. The video shows Russian troops attempting to move between trenches, hide in tree lines, and slip past defensive positions. But FPV drones track them relentlessly, following every step, striking anyone who dares to break from cover. Meanwhile, minefields cut off their retreat, forcing the occupiers to turn back directly into the firing line of Ukrainian operators. Any attempt to maneuver inevitably becomes a deadly trap. The footage reveals Russians scattering in panic, falling, trying to hide, all in vain. Drones hit them while they run, while they crawl, even while they freeze in place. At no point is an enemy soldier safe. This is professional, cold-blooded, and highly effective work by Ukraine's defense forces. Every meter of the front line is under control, and every Russian attempt to advance ends the same way. They are hunted down by drones, mines, and the precision of Ukrainian troops. That's all for now. If you believe the world should know the truth about this war, make sure to subscribe, like and share this video so everyone can see what Ukraine is fighting for. Together we are stronger. Together we bring victory closer.